While the Atomic Heart twins may be the focus of casual robot lovers, the true fans are the ones being harassed by a fridge an hour into the game. Yes, NORA is an AI vending machine that allows P3 to craft weapons, ammunition, and upgrades, but that's not why the internet is obsessed with her. No, the internet is obsessed with a robotic video game fridge because of the insanely suggestive and outright dirty comments that it makes. But what's the deal with this repressed refrigerator that wants more than an eggplant? That's what we're exploring today. Let's do it. And a 10 Repurposed Ballerina. My first thought when learning about this fridge was why the hell would a fridge be trending? But then after looking it up, I thought, wouldn't this just be a repurposed ballerina robot? I mean, the twins from this game are that way, right? Originally ballerina robots that after the ballerinas were repurposed for other performance arts were then repurposed by Dimitri to be bodyguards. So could this repressed fridge really just be a ballerina robot that was turned into an upgrade station? And I mean, like, maybe this ballerina was the one that like really liked her job, or was just pretending to like it in order to kill or rob whoever was using the service. Like you know, like a man with a golden gun thing where they have to sleep with you in order to get close enough to kill you. I mean, it would explain why she got repurposed in the first place and why she would still use the same MO, and it would also give us a reason as to why we're being introduced to this character like we were about to fight some big bad evil guy. Because when it was a ballerina, it was a big bad evil guy. In a 9 possession. Or could the fridge, in classic robot in an indie game fashion, be possessed? I mean, color me FNAF, but I think it could be. I don't think that there's any evidence in the game for ghost possession being canon, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. Hey, I mean, come on. This thing is hella rough with us when we first meet it, so maybe it was just a little too rough with someone else earlier on and it killed them, which created a ghost that latched onto the very thing that killed it. And now, for whatever reason, the ghost is just going around making everyone uncomfortable because it thinks a horny fridge is funny, which it is, but I also never thought I would use the words horny and fridge in the same sentence. I've been joking about banging an animatronic chicken for like 2+ years at this point, but a fridge? Like, come on. That is the perfect couple though. Okay, I ship Chica and Nora. Hashtag Chinora. Norika? Chora? We'll figure it out. And if you like things as obscene as this, which I'm sure you do, be sure you hit subscribe, because I'm sure there's way more of this to come. No pun intended, get your mind out of the gutter. And it ain't Repression. Speaking of Repression, do you think that maybe this fridge was just a way for the devs to get their rocks off? I mean, this is a very common situation when you look at the roles here. Not who's in the roles, of course, but the fact that there is a very clear dominant conversationalist suggests that this was probably the intent behind the interactions. And not only would it help the subs, sorry, I mean the devs get their fun, but it also helps present a different dynamic for the player. In basically every game like this, every RPG, futuristic or fantasy, you play as this big hero, chosen one who has to save the world or save the day. Sometimes it's blind luck that you're the one who has to do it, but you're still a hero with some dope skills. Sometimes you're literally prophesized and can yell at people so loudly that they go soaring 30 feet back, but you're always the hero or stronger than the average person in some capacity, even if you're the villain. But with this, with NORA, you're not the dominant one. You're the weaker one, and the one who's at the mercy of who would normally be a player character. It's almost like you're interacting as an NPC with the bard of the D&D party who flirts with anything they can. And that's certainly an interesting spin on the relationship with a fridge. Plus, also, why should I do all the work? And it's 7 Schizophrenia. Or could this fridge vending machine, I'm gonna keep calling it a fridge because that's funnier, be a sign of a much larger issue? You see, there's plenty of explanations for this, but in classic theory fashion, why not take it to one of the most extreme possibilities to explain this one single aspect of the game? Schizophrenia is a serious medical issue in which people interpret reality abnormally. These sorts of interpretations may result in some combination of hallucinations, delusions, and extremely disordered thinking, and also behavior that impairs daily functioning. And it can be disabling. Schizophrenia involves a range of problems with thinking, behavior, and emotions. But it's the hallucinations one that people are really most commonly familiar with, and really what everyone associates with schizophrenia. These usually involve seeing or hearing things that don't exist, yet for the person with schizophrenia, they have the full force and impact of a normal experience. To them, they are real. Hallucinations can be in any of the senses, but hearing voices is the most common. But I mean, come on, we're led to believe that this is like some big bad enemy before meeting NORA, so what if this actually is a big bad, but all we see and hear is an aroused fridge? And at 6, her. You know about the movie Her, right? You know, the one where Joker falls in love with Black Widow cosplaying as Siri? Well, what if someone got a little too fond of that movie, or maybe related to it a bit too much, and figured that this game could use even more Reddit fan art opportunities? It's entirely possible in my eyes, okay? I mean, most of the theories on this list are going to be about why the fridge with more repressed sexual tension than a group of college freshmen in a Disney Channel original movie was ever put into the game to begin with, because that's really what I'm curious about. But like, damn, okay, this is like the movie Her if you found it on another streaming service. This is like the HBO equivalent to Her, or like the Orange and Black YouTube equivalent to earlier Smosh sketches. It's like that episode of Big Bang Theory where Raj falls in love with Siri and then he has dreams about meeting the girl who voices Siri, but it's also in a world where she's voicing it in real time and then also looks like a freaking Vogue model. Yeah, it's like the actual version of that dream that wouldn't have been safe for ABC or NBC or whatever channel that show was on, okay? I'm Canadian, I watch shows on CTV. Halfway through, and at number 5, possessed coding. Now, how about we get a little bit more meta with this? And I'm talking like more meta than just the character in the game is a possessed fridge. What if the game code itself got possessed and this fridge is a manifestation of that? Like how Glitch Trap is presented to us in FNAF VR. That's right, I'm relating it back to FNAF for the tag. Definitely unlikely. This is definitely not the case, but it could be interesting to see something like that. And there's plenty of crazy ghost theories and about spirits appearing where nobody would expect them. Like how there's supposed to be a kid in the background of 3 men and a baby that nobody remembers ever seeing on set, that people now assume to be a ghost that was caught on camera. What if it's something like that, and it's a ghost of an intern that was maybe having an affair with the boss that ended up getting trapped in the game? That could explain why the fridge is so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or why it wants you to shove your bananas inside without putting saran wrap over the stems. And yes, that is supposed to be a joke, but also probably just factual in a produce sense. If you put saran wrap over the banana stems, they stay yellow for longer. You're welcome. And at 4, Objectophillia. This is most definitely not what the point of this fridge is, but it's a funny thought I had, so I wanted to talk about it. What if one of the guys on the dev team is just secretly an objectophiliac and this fridge is their attempt to normalize it? An objectophiliac, by the way, is the term for someone who's attracted to objects in an intimate fashion. So what if this person just has like an ongoing relationship with their fridge at home, and this was their way of putting their partner into the game? I mean, absolutely ridiculous and almost certainly not the case, but still funny as hell to think about. Okay, like damn, the reviews of this game are starting to make this idea seem more likely as well. Here's some examples that are going to have to be censored. BRB, I'm going to the kitchen to f a fridge. Or a refrigerator harassed me an hour into the game. Or how about refrigerator harassment simulator 2023. Or my personal favorite, I have trust issues with my fridge after playing this game. It's great, go play it. 10 out of 10 would get 10 by my fridge again. This is absurd. That's nuts, okay? Quite a few of those had to be censored in the video. You definitely didn't hear all of them, and I also had to leave a couple of reviews out. Yeah, it's nuts. One of the reviews even said the fridge was the focus of my company HR meeting about harassment. Getting close to the end, and at number 3, Samsung. This is my personal theory, but I think that this could have been inspired by the Samsung smart fridges and just how creepy some of them actually are. Okay, I like genuinely, it freaks me out. Just listen to some of the excerpts about the Samsung fridges from the Samsung website. Quote, control your appliances and smart devices with the built-in SmartThings hub. Use voice controls with Alexa, adjust your thermostat, and see who's at the front door with Ring. Using your freaking fridge. Bring the party to the kitchen and play your favorite Spotify playlists from the fridge. Stream Samsung TV Plus or mirror your movies, shows, and social media to the screen for interruption-free viewing. Stream your favorite music, get access to free live TV with Samsung TV Plus, plus all of your latest social updates from the Family Hub screen. See inside your fridge from anywhere, search recipes based on what you have on hand, plan weekly meals, and send cooking instructions to your Samsung smart oven. Share pictures, videos, and leave handwritten notes. Dude, what the fuck? The smart fridge is basically your spouse already, and then all this fridge is all really that would be left to make sure that you never really had to get married. Plus, the fridge won't take half your stuff after you catch it being filled with other carrots. I am desperately ashamed of all the jokes I've been making this video. But ultimately, and at number 2, accident. Some fans also suspect, rightfully so in my opinion, that the idea of a horny fridge was just a joke on the dev team that someone took too seriously. Or that they hired new devs for this project, the manager then made a joke about it, and then the new hire took it too seriously. Or kinda like how some places have the new hire clear out the hot water from machines that are being refilled constantly. Like essentially hazing the new employee, but in this case, it ended up actually going in the game, maybe because they thought it was funny, or maybe because it was just done too well to actually pass up. And you could also consider the fact that they would have been paid to actually do this work. So like, you know, might as well throw in a freaky fridge in a game where the robots are so overly sexualized. It's a 1980s college movie about robots playing beer pong. And yes, 80s movies about beer pong are actually a thing. Oh wait, okay, no, sorry, that movie came out in 2009. Well, in that case, it's a 2000s movie about robots playing beer pong, okay? And finally, in at number 1, fired. There's also the idea that this fridge was never meant to be this thirsty, pun intended, but that an employee that was just being let go or quit for less than amicable reasons decided that they'd turn up the horny dial to max and then break it off like a villain in a James Bond movie. Because there is seemingly no real in-game explanation because why this fridge is so into you. This fridge is flirting with me more than my ex did. This fridge is more into me than any of my Tinder matches. This single fridge is talking to me more than Chica ever has, and I have been talking about her for years at this point. I am so intrigued by what caused this fridge to become so insane that I am alright with ruining my search history to find the answer. And I promise you, I am only interested in the reason that the devs actually put the fridge into the game. I'm not trying to find a Samsung smart fridge voiced by Scarlett Johansson or anything like that. I just want to know why. I'd rather have my fridge be voiced by Catherine McNamara anyway. And while my fridge may have Siri, I still need to shower manually, and after this video I definitely feel the need to. So why don't you click the video that's popping up on screen now, and I'll go avoid my kitchen for the next week. Thanks for watching.